and all the big. Thanks so much. Please have a seat.
The Zoom public is asked to remain muted during the meeting. Board is talking. If you do not wish to be seen on the boardroom TV or the YouTube, your camera must be turned off via Zoom. In-person public participants will be given the first opportunity to comment and ask questions on each agenda item that requires a board vote. The Zoom public participants will be given the second opportunity to comment and ask questions on each agenda item that requires a board vote. Zoom participants wishing to comment must raise their hand icon, state their name, and must speak one at a time. All right. It's in the chairman's report. The board executive session prior to the meeting is for legal and personnel matters. Then there's any public comment before we get started. There's no public comment. We have the emergency service reports from WIGO interim chief Dave Levy.
Hey Dave, how are you tonight?
Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's summer's going well so far. So for the month of June, the West County Station Police Department handled 1,961 calls. 1,064 of those were specifically in East Goshen Township. Year to date for calls in East Goshen is 6,657. Year to date for all township, both township incidents is 11,988. Specifically, some of those calls that we handled in June were 16 animal complaints, 20 police alarms. And these are all specific to East Goshen, not both townships. 16 animal complaints, 20 police alarms, 12 frauds, 22 motor vehicle crashes, 6 disturbances, 6 domestic disturbances, 5 DUI arrests, 4 drug offenses, 3 harassments, 3 simple assaults, 15 suspicious conditions, 11 mental health incidents, 3 misdemeanor assaults, 6 trespassing complaints, 30 well-being checks, 4 theft reports, and 31 traffic-related problems. We also conducted 101 traffic stops in East Goshen in June, and in addition to another 425 proactive business checks, patrol checks, park checks, such. Specifically for the frauds, it wasn't as bad as it has been over the time I've reported in the last 6 months or so. We did have fraud reports though. One that we did see come across a lot were calls from individuals claiming to be deputies from the Chester County Sheriff's Office. It's not specific to East Goshen and West Town. It's going around the region. Luckily, the couple that were reported in East Goshen, those people did not, give any money or fall for the scam. They just called us right away. Basically, what they do is they're saying that you failed to report for jury duty. In order to take care of a warrant that was issued for your arrest, you need to, fund us somehow, whether it be electronically or through Bitcoin, some sort of scam. But again, luckily, our residents didn't fall for that. We do ask if residents do receive a call like this, they can contact obviously the Chester County Sheriff's at 610, and they're actually requesting this 610-344-4000. Obviously, we suggest and wish that they reported to our police department. And additionally, with any other scam, you can report it online to the Federal Trade Commission at www.ftc.gov.
So before we move to the next subject, the 10-344-4000 number you said is for the Chester County Detective's Office?
No, Chester County Sheriff's.
So it's Chester County Sheriff, and is this something that maybe we can put out on public media, do you think, Derek? Can we put out that number on our public media, on our social media?
Sure.
Like constant contact and stuff, that way people know where they should call?
Yeah, we can do that.
And should we also include Rico's number?
Yes, please. Yep.
So that number would be the non-emergency number?
The non-emergency number, they can call 610. This goes to the county radio room. It's non-emergency. 610-692-5100.
Okay. So those 2 numbers are the numbers they should call.
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. In regards to the simple assaults that we handled, one of those stemmed from an assault during a juvenile lacrosse game on Price Fields involving 2 players. That incident was investigated by our juvenile detective. No charges were filed as a result of the investigation. One stems from a resident at Bellingham who suffers dementia assaulting a staff member. That staff member only wished for the matter to be reported as a matter of record and didn't wish for any charges to be pursued. And the other one stemmed from a domestic incident. We had 3 missing persons, like I alluded to. One was a missing adult with autism reported in early June in the Bow Tree development. That was during, I believe it was a Saturday, it was on a weekend, during the day. So it was a nice day out. Officers searched the area for the individual. We also used our new drone technology in the search, which, you know, assisted, it didn't find the individual in itself, but it did assist in the search. We also put out a reverse 911 call to the residents of Bow Trees, advising them who we looked for. Luckily, subject returned home on his own within an hour. So we're happy that East Goshen Community Day was a success. As far as the police department concerned, other than having a great turnout and meet with everybody at the event, at our community tent, we only handled 1 incident during the event, which was good. And that was a person that found an officer. They were suffering some sort of mental health, you know, event, and they requested us to assist them. So we got them assistance with an ambulance, and they got treated further. So that was good.
Can I ask a question about the mental health component? So recently there was a grant that was issued to someone, and there is now a mental health emergency line, where instead of police being necessarily the only people who show up at a situation, there's now someone else that will come out to a scene to assist a mental health situation and assist them to a mental health facility called Haven. Is that something that?
So Haven's a little different. Haven is a mental health facility
Okay.
within, it's on the Westchester, West Goshen border.
Right.
It is a mental health facility.
Right.
There are certain criteria, but they will accept mental health, people in crisis. But, we reported on this, I reported on this back early in the year. Anybody that is suffering a mental health crisis, obviously they can call 988. That'll get them to a mental health suicide crisis hotline. Chester County has within the last year incorporated a mobile crisis response team. So they actually go out, it's still in the works in the last probably 6 to 12 months as to, you know, weeding out all the ins and outs of it to make it streamlined. But they're going directly to certain types of incidents involving mental health where the police aren't necessarily needed. If they get there, they evaluate the situation, they need the police, will respond. They'll tell us if they're going at certain points. So there's different levels of notification on where we respond. We can actually call them out as well, and then they can assist us in helping get the person treatment.
Has it been something you've been employed?
Yes, we have. Yeah, we've worked with the mobile crisis response team a few times so
And
far.
have you had good success?
So far, so good.
Excellent.
Lastly, I know the police department is aware of speeding concerns and complaints that were received in regards to Waterford Road. I've directed both our traffic safety unit and our patrol officers to monitor Waterford over the last few weeks here, specifically, you know, during peak times. We have conducted a couple, probably not more than a couple, 4 or 5 traffic stops. Those aren't a result of speed, but they're more of a stop sign violations along the roadway. We've also deployed our traffic safety trailer and speed sign with a cute little message, please respect the neighborhood. So we're still working, we're having a high visibility there, so hopefully, you know, the residents and anybody that would be passing through sees that, you know, keep the speed down and obey the stop sign by the way, you know, also.
Great.
That's all I have.
Dave, just 2 things. First, you already beat me too. Actually, both things.
Might be your bottle last time.
Yeah.
The bottle.
I don't know.
Maybe. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Way to go, Peter. First off, thanks to everyone, to all your staff and your team for great community day. It was great seeing them out on their bikes and making sure they're out of the crowd. My second thing is, and I was just going to ask about it, was the digital billboard being deployed, and then also with the fair upcoming in the next couple of weeks. I know we've used them for different community days and stuff. So I just appreciate you using that because I think that was a new thing that we got you guys last year, right?
We did,
Okay.
yep, we got it within the last year. It's this one's, the other one we had was, I think we got it when I got hired in 1999. So it's got some rust and so this one actually we can put messages up like I said, so it's up to date. Technology is really good. So
Thanks.
thank you very much, appreciate it. Anybody else?
No,
Good.
thanks for taking care of Carter Chase.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yep. Grant, Ocean Fire. Hold
Good evening.
Evening.
So as noted in the report, we've had a pretty busy,
Could you move the microphone up, please? Thank you.
we've had a pretty busy last month and a half, mostly due to weather. In the month of June, we had 89 fire responses, which is easily double what we normally run. 45 fire police responses and 405 EMS responses. In East Goshen, we had 19 fire responses, 7 fire police responses, and 185 EMS responses. For serious calls, we had a couple of building fires assisting East Whiteland. One building fire in Newtown Township, Delaware County. And then we had a couple of days, June 14th and June 19th, where we just really got socked with a lot of calls due to high winds and rain and heavy weather. So I kept the crews pretty busy. And then upcoming, obviously, we have the Goshen Fair in a couple of weeks, and we're starting to ready for that.
I got my tickets in the mail.
I put my tickets in yesterday. I hope I'm wondering if I win this year.
Put them right on top.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Brent.
Any questions?
Barbara, do you have any questions?
No, thank you. But Grant, thank you very much. I know you've had a busy month and appreciate all the hard work.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks for coming up, appreciate it. There's no public hearings tonight, so now would be the financial report as of June 30th, 2025.
Hello, Dana.
Hello, thank you,
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman. As of June 30th, net of pass-through, the general fund had year-to-date revenues of $8,026,886 and expenses of $6,302,269 for a net result of $1,724,617. At the end of June, the general fund balance was $8,211,442. First budget, year-to-date revenue finished 1.2%, 94,000 below budget. Shortfalls in building permits, property tax, and real estate transfer revenue were partially offset by bond fees. Year-to-date, June expenses are 4.1%, or 250,000 over budget. Snow-related expenses account for 75% of the actual versus budgeted expense variance. Meeting room upgrades to be repaid to general fund from ARPA funds, blacksmith shop and district court repairs, as well as legal land development fees account for the remaining variance. Versus prior year, 2025 year-to-date June revenue and expenses flat with 2024, considering all fixed asset capital obligations were met in 2024 and East Goshen General Fund had a small surplus. We are encouraged that we are currently on track to meet budget expectations.
Thanks, Dave.
Any questions?
I have a question. Dana, first of all, thank you. I'm looking at the capital reserve fund, and I think it's the second or every 2 times in the last 3 months that we're hit with big expense. 864,000 and some change. Do you have any idea what that is? Capital reserve fund?
A majority of it, 800 and 2,000, are from expenses for highways, roads, and streets. I can give you like
Are we
more
paving,
detail.
are we paving or what?
We are doing a stormwater project and a paving project.
Okay.
I don't think they started paving yet. I
No.
believe they started
August.
stormwater last.
Is there $100,000 there? Is this an $800,000 project?
No, it has, that expense should have nothing to do with the actual paving project that we're doing later this summer. I can get more details from Mark on the specifics of that.
Appreciate that.
Yep.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we accept the receipts and approve the expenditures as presented in the expenditure registered and summarized in the treasurer's report. Actually, you know what? I'm so sorry. I was
Yeah.
reading the wrong thing. I was looking through our bills and I read the wrong thing. I would track that. Trying to find out, helping John answer here.
Yeah, we don't need a motion for.
No, I was getting excited.
Right?
I was getting too excited over here.
It's all right.
All right, then. Everyone's, any questions? Anyone were? All right, then. Approval of the minutes and the treasurer's report.
There were no.
Minutes and be the treasurer's report, June 12th. You approve that,
June 12th and July.
July 10th, yes.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I would move that we accept the receipts and approve the expenditures as presented in the expenditure register and summarized in the treasurer's report.
Second the motion.
All in favor?
No, we have.
Oh, public comment, sorry.
Yeah.
Any public comment on that? Or discussion on it? Any questions?
Let me look and see if I have my. How to mark on something. Okay. I can't find that. Right, I put my mark, it was too fast. That's not bad. All right, I'm not gonna worry about it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Other question.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And thank you, Linda. Old business. Discussion and possible passage of the hydrogen pipeline ordinance.
1 second here, sorry. I get the camera view good. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So this was something that we talked about last month and approved for advertisement. This is the hydrogen pipeline ordinance. Again, this was a proactive measure to keep up with the sort of evolution of the pipeline industry. We passed a similar one last year for carbon dioxide, setting parameters and setbacks and just trying to get ahead of the game and regulate this industry before it even comes into East Goshen as far as some of the materials and the way it can be utilized. That's not yet, thankfully, in East Goshen. So again, we did that last year with the carbon dioxide ordinance. And this is sort of the next step in that with the hydrogen pipeline ordinance, which Jerry Sexton, our chair for the pipeline task force, is in the audience. And as he can tell you, this technology represents even a more possibly dangerous element that needs to be regulated a certain way, I think in everybody's opinion locally. So again, just being proactive, trying to get ahead of it, codifying it in our ordinances, and that's what this does. I have codified it as 29-B-2025. If there are any further questions from the board of the public, now is the time. And again, Jerry's here too for more specific questions.
I'll make the motion first, Mr. Chairman, I move we pass ordinance 129-B-2025, establishing a new chapter in East Goshen's code governing hydrogen pipelines within the township. Yeah, it's easy for me to second.
I second that motion.
Aye.
All right, do we have any public comment or questions on it? Do you want to add anything to it, Al? Yeah, be good.
Thanks.
Barbara.
Jerry, you all did a lot of work on this, so I appreciate it.
I was just gonna say the same thing. Thank you to the
So
pipeline task force.
Barbara, you have any questions?
No questions. Just want to thank Jerry and the Pipeline Committee who have worked really hard and diligently to bring this to us.
All right, then, we have a second, then all in favor?
Aye.
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 Thanks, Jerry.
So going out of turn, under the bills, I remember, I didn't actually have a specific mark. What I wanted to ask about was the leak that happened in the codes department. Is that included, is that captured in this?
No,
It's
that,
not.
that
Okay.
literally just happened,
Well, I
so,
know it happened like on the 7th, so
yeah,
I didn't know if it was even captured in these.
yeah.
Can you tell us what kind of a deductible we have for?
Off the top of my head, I do not know. We're just finishing up with Balfour. We didn't even get a bill from Balfour yet.
You know. what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
so there was an HVAC unit, leak. So we have condensation pipes that run all over the building, obviously. And there was a backup and it leaked all over the place on the one side of the building, which is code enforcement. I had to come in to grab something on Sunday and I came in and my sneakers just kind of squished on the rug. And I had notified Mark and Kevin. So anyway, they got rid of the clog in the condensation pipes, but there was quite a bit of destruction already. So they had to we had to call Balfour, tear up the carpets. They had the fans running for the last 7 days. And as Dana can attest, it was challenging trying to work here the last 7 days. I think I was going a little stir crazy by the end. But they actually just wrapped up the painting actually today. So they were restoring kind of everything. And then I think they're doing the floors later this week. So everything should be back to normal by the end of this week. But the bill from Balfour should come in soon. And then, yeah, we'll be working with the adjuster to, but I'll give you the deductible number. I'm not 100% sure.
Documents that we lost in the process.
No, it was all mainly just on the floor. It actually got into the basement too, but the basement floor is not as, no carpets or anything down there. So nothing was lost of that. It was just more of a health kind of issue, to be honest with you, as far as mold and
Yeah.
everything. So
Sorry.
So I have a question. Our service contract with their HVAC people, they come twice a year, I believe, to flush those lines and take care of all that.
mhm.
So why would there be a backup?
When was the last time you were here?
So,
They come twice a year, I believe.
Yeah, but when was the last time you were here?
I don't know.
well, they were here rather recently and they thought they had the clog under control because it was discovered. Because it was leaking before, and then whatever happened, it didn't take as far as their quote unquote fix. So
Did they make somebody aware of this clog?
yeah, we were aware of it. I mean, we thought it was fixed at one point, and then obviously it wasn't. So, I mean, if you're asking me, why was it
Would they be
clogging up?
partially responsible for the?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could have that conversation.
I think that we should have that conversation, to find out what did they do to resolve the issue.
So we're out in May, the end of May. To do
Yeah.
the service.
That was the regular service.
What was the clog? Like,
It
like
was
algae?
Yeah, it was like all kind of growth. That's what
Mhm.
I'll leave it at that. In there. Yep.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That's making it beef there.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I have something related back to the pipeline ordinance, if you don't mind.
Sure.
I see Judy joined the Zoom and I was gonna say, Judy, we passed it 5-0 and we all thanked you and commended you and Jerry and the rest of the team's work. So I don't know if you're hopping on just for that, but didn't want you to wait and see if we already were waiting, so.
I'm gonna do the same thing. Can you dive into that a little bit further and maybe have an update for us at the next meeting?
Yeah, I'll talk to Mark and see the specifics of, why they didn't catch it.
And how old is the system? I don't expect you to answer that today, but if you can let us know how old the system is.
Yeah.
And where is it on the capital replacement?
Yeah. Well, I gotta say, just for the record, I'm not a huge fan of the geothermal we have in this place either. Just for the record.
Wants an AC drain out, so you
Yeah.
can look at full.
Well, I'm not saying it's related. I'm just.
No, I
saying,
know. I'm just saying, any
Yeah.
drain should be very straightforward, the drain. You know, it shouldn't happen. In person, I think so.
No.
Okay, so the new business, the discussion of potential Fisk County tax services agreement for 2026.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So yeah, the county 2-year agreement is up at the end of this year. The cost breakdown they did is attached as far as in-house versus sticking with the county. Obviously, some of that is it's higher to do it in-house because of the implementation costs of getting the new software up and running. But anyway, the county for the year 2026 did not, or is proposing not to charge any increase in their services for 2026. So Dave and I talked about it, and we were proposing to have a 2026 extension through 2026 with the county tax services. I think we know we want to try to, at some point, talk about, particularly if we start getting into numbers with them down the road as far as what their increased numbers are going to be and should we take it back in-house. But in order to give us time to look at the software and the fact that the big factor is that they're not proposing any pricing increase for 2026, we were suggesting from an administrative standpoint, we should probably do the 1-year extension with the county. We've had no complaints about their services. It's been running smoothly. This is not, the agreement is not attached. This is just a conversation point. There's no motion tonight. If the board was amenable to the 1-year extension, we can then get an agreement together and probably have it in the next couple of months for the board consideration. But I'd like to bring this conversation up sooner rather than later. There's no motion tonight. I'm just for discussion purposes to see if, you know, the board would be okay or amenable to considering that at a probably September meeting, I'm guessing, if we can get some language together.
Yes.
Before we do a big discussion, Jared, can you break out the 31,791 cost doing it in-house?
Well, Dave and I talked about it. I think some of it's labor. I don't have the exact breakdown. I'll talk to Dave. Some of it's labor, but also the reason it's more than the county cost for that year would be the implementation of the new software module that would be launched in Edmonds.
What does that cost?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't have the breakdown from
Okay.
what out
I
of the
think it's the
30,000.
breakdown, because I didn't like this when we first passed it. And I pointed out to Dave, who unfortunately is not here today, that since Dave came on board, he's hired another financial person. And
Well,
that we didn't have before.
we're back down to the original amount because we had somebody leave. So we don't have anybody in-house. The person that was in-house and did the true tax portion of in-house, that person in-house doesn't exist right now. So this also becomes a staff discussion of, and I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm just saying we'd have to reshift some things around. The person that was in charge of taxes was making significantly more than the person that was brought in to do just utility billing. So there's a couple of staff discussions we would need to have as well on that front. But yeah, we can talk to Dave, but
Well, is that to imply then that we won't replace that person who left?
no, we did replace them. We just shifted responsibility to where they were more, for lack of a better term, lower level things going on in their responsibilities to.
So we have a new person and we farmed the work out at a cost of $28,000.
So we have the same amount of people we have.
No, before you and Dave came in,
Mhm.
we didn't have that many people in the finance department. You hired an extra person.
We did, and then for that, okay. I'll have to check, but I thought it was.
Please check that. We keep hiring people and farming stuff out.
I would like to know at least before we made this decision to go to the county, how many people did we have before that decision was made? How many people do we have after that decision was made? Is it the same number of people? And what would it mean bringing it back into the township as far as how much staff time will be devoted to that?
Mhm.
So I'd like to know that as well. And do we have somebody who has the capability of doing it now? Because what you're saying is the person who was hired to replace the person who left doesn't necessarily have the same salary or maybe training to do what's required of
Correct,
doing
correct.
taxes.
Now, but I think, I'm trying to have a conversation without naming names, so I don't mean to be
Yeah.
evasive, but I'm pretty sure, yes, we hired an extra person, but there was two people have left, one through attrition, the other through retirement. And
Yeah.
that balanced out to where we're now back to where Dave and I started. It's the same exact amount where Dave and I started. So it's back down to that, I believe.
Okay, you'll let us know, and
Yeah.
then we can make the decision if we're gonna stay out again this year and make maybe some changes that would have us going back in the direction, bring it back into the township or not.
Once you have new software set up and things like that, how hard would it be to maintain that going forward? So it's an increase for 1 year and we'll go back down the next year after you've got it all up and running.
It would go back down after the implementation. The bigger,
What would the 1 year cost be then?
it would be, sorry,
Extra costs, whatever. you call it.
Yeah, it would
To
be-
implement it.
yeah, it would be, the implementation of is buying the module itself.
Yes, so what is that? You have to break it down.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, John asked me that. I have to break it down.
Oh, wait a minute, so we don't even have the module,
That's-
Edmonds, or we do have?
We
the
do
module?
not
all
have,
this
we do
on-
not have it.
No,
That's
it's
a portion of it.
Yeah.
Can I pull my chair in here?
Sure.
One-time cost.
Yes.
Yes.
I think somebody on,
I think they might have just been-
I don't know how to make it louder, so.
Yeah. We could hear you.
Derek? Did you have a comment, Derek? He's muted.
Extended.
Step 7.
Okay.
No. Right. So we'll get back to this. We're gonna get the one-time cost to set up and then a projected cost to run it ourselves.
Yeah, but then the bigger conversation becomes the shift in employment responsibilities too,
Yeah,
as well. That would be a
Mhm.
component of it.
Mhm.
Because again, the person that did it was
Not
no
there.
longer
Is
here.
there someone in-house that could step up and do it? We train it up.
I mean, anything is possible, so I would just,
Is it mainly data entry, I guess, for that?
it was a little bit more customer service as well, I
Okay.
think, into it, so the,
You don't need a accounting background to run it.
no, it's helpful,
Okay.
but you don't need it, but you're not gonna get an account, someone with. an
No, but
account.
I'm gonna say you don't need someone
Yeah,
at that skill level to
Yes.
run it, that you'd have to try and
Yes.
find and pay that skill.
Yep.
Be fairly straightforward. Any other questions on Zoom or in the room? on any of this?
Barbara, do you?
Barbara,
Any,
she is. She just got on.
no, I think she just took herself off of her camera.
No,
no, I'll say her.
there she is. No, there she is.
Yes.
Hey,
Do you have
Barbara.
any questions or concerns about that, subject?
No, I think that the questions that have been raised would answer any of my questions.
Thanks, Barbara. Okay, and then if we're good with that, we'll move on to the Good Fellowship Municipal Advisory Board appointment.
Thank you. So, yeah, so GFAC back in April sort of had this initiative of creating a municipal advisory board. I had sent a letter, email out to the board at the time. They were soliciting people to come to the inaugural meeting, and that happened in April. I had talked to Chaz Brogan subsequently. They are now with their charter in place. They're looking to make sure that we kind of officially support the municipal advisory board. So they're asking for each municipality involved in Good Fellowship to officially recognize somebody as the liaison or member to represent their specific municipality. It could be any board member. Also, he said some of the municipalities were doing, some of the municipalities were also doing as alternates, the manager. So as I said in here, I think Michelle attended the inaugural meeting, and then so she has the most knowledge. I mean, I don't know if she wants the job or not. I just put that down. I think you guys can pick whoever you want. I don't mind being the alternate in case she can't go. I'll probably start trying to go to some meetings as well. But again, they're just looking for us to officially participate through a motion here tonight. But then going forward, this would just be part of the reorganization.
And to be clear, there are no financial decisions that are going to be put into the hands of these participants. These board members, that will require us to be all in on something. There's no requirement, to have a financial buy-in, if you will, or anything like that. They're really just trying to keep this, moving about every other month to make sure that we're all made aware of what their expenses are, how they're getting some of their funding, how they're getting some of their grants, and just asking for, partnerships with townships in small ways to try to help offset some of their higher costs that they experience. So it's really just a partnership of sorts.
Is that you saying you want it, Michelle?
Oh, Cody.
I don't want,
Long way of saying it.
I don't
It's
want,
fine. I just wanted to make sure you all knew that there is no financial
oh,
component. to
yeah,
this,
I'd trust you if there was, but
I wouldn't wanna go into this. And then, my understanding is there's no financial buy-in or anything like that.
I don't want
You don't want it.
No, Peter, you
you're
want
really
it?
busy.
Peter doesn't want, John, you don't want,
Nope.
Barbara, do you have any input on it?
She is muted. There we go.
Just that, this is not the right time for me.
That's
Okay,
fine.
well, if everyone's okay, I'm gonna go ahead and make the motion, Mr. Chairman, I move that we appoint Michelle Truitt to Good Fellowship's Municipal Advisory Board as a representative of East Goshen Township, and our fantastic township manager, Derek Davis, as the alternate member through the rest of the 2025 calendar year.
Second the motion.
Any comments or public? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Michelle. And congratulations, Derek.
Yeah. All right. Next in line is the Millstone ESCO release number 3.
So Millstone escrow release, thank you, Mr. Chairman. We've done this twice already as that has suggested. Land developments, as they come up, they continue to ask for releases as work gets done. So this is the third one for Millstone Metals, also 1010 Hershey Mill Road, in the amount of $250,486.96. And that has been reviewed by our engineer, and that's what's on the table, and that's what they are asking for by a vote tonight.
I don't like that noise, but Mr. Chairman, I move that the Board of Supervisors, that we authorize a partial release of the financial security held for public improvements related to the development of 1010 Hershey's Mill Road in the amount of $250,486.96, reducing the financial security to $874,888.62. And I did get a hold of Mark Miller, and he said I can go on record by saying that he reviewed the infrastructure with Matt from Pinoni, and he was okay with it.
Second the motion.
Any public comment or questions? If there's none, then all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Thank you.
So moving forward, Derek, do you think we could possibly have, maybe just a little bit of a breakdown on the various sections of what was inspected and by which company, or if the township was the inspector?
Yeah, I mean,
Like in parentheses after earthwork, Pinoni, roadwork, Pinoni, storm sewer system, township, whatever it is.
yeah, I think that's an easy.
Is that something that way there's not a big change to how it's structured right now, but rather that we at least know which organization is responsible for the inspections for each of those?
Yeah, I'll talk to them.
That's something to
Mhm.
consider. Thank you.
All right. Any other questions on that?
Thanks, Cody, for finding that out.
Yeah, sure. We'll text me back on the meeting.
Next is discussion and possible passage of resolution 2025-07 pertaining to the regular disposal of township records.
Thank you, Mr.
Mr. Pass resolution 2025-07 authorizing disposal of East Goshen Township records in accordance with Pennsylvania Historical Museum Commission guidelines.
Second motion.
You want to talk about it?
No, I was just gonna say, we,
We do this every
thank
year.
you. So this is a pretty mundane, resolution. We do this every year. Again, it's in accordance with the PHMC. Records are, most townships, most municipalities, continue to destroy records in a orderly fashion, in a responsible fashion, in order to, quite honestly, clear some space out here. There are certain instances and certain records that can never be destroyed. We hold on to those. But other than that, we do that in responsibility and with the PHMC, and the list that we are destroying this year is attached.
All right, any public comment or questions? Anyone else? Any input, Barbara? Everyone with that?
No.
You want a second?
Yeah, we already had a second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Any standing issues for projects?
We're gonna talk about the, change of the, you want to talk about the change of meeting there?
Yes, I
yeah.
the meeting.
Yep, and I was, yeah, sorry, I was gonna do that. So, yeah, there's a couple of things, I hate to do this, so I don't wanna say last minute, but the meeting in August is supposed to be August 19th. I'm requesting that the board move it to August 5th. They're just some time sensitive things that may be coming up that we will probably need to vote on sooner rather than later. So I'd rather, which kind of sets up nicely for September, since we'll have more meetings in September than this. But again, just requesting that the board meet August 5th instead of August 19th. So again, hate doing that, but that's just the way things set up
Those
sometimes.
Tuesdays have already been sunshine and,
Correct.
so we can go ahead and open that up. Do you want to leave the 19th on the books just in case something else comes up? And then we can cancel it after the
Sure.
August 5th meeting if that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's,
sounds good.
it's up to you guys, but yeah, that's
So
that's
do we
fine.
need a motion?
No, because it's sunshine, it's already advertised. I just need to make sure that we promote it as a meeting night. So if everybody's okay with that, that's how I'll proceed.
I'm okay with that, and keeping the 19th.
Yep.
Barbara's
we need
good too.
Barbara's indicating.
Barbara.
yes.
Thank you,
All right,
Barbara.
thanks, Barbara.
Appreciate it.
Any other questions, public comment on that? All right, and then any other matters?
John, I have an answer. John, I have an answer for you on the cap reserve, on the 800,000.
Wonderful.
Part of it is the gap back truck, that was 397,000. We also got a Kentworth, that was 162,000. We got a chassis, that was 76, and then we also got a dump body, that was 92,000. I mean, there's more, but that's the biggest ones that kind of make up that 800.
You know, if they were budgeted or not.
I believe they all were.
I believe they were.
Okay.
We voted on the back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dana, did Mark sell I forgot to ask him, did he sell the, old chipper? Because one of the expenditures is a chipper that had to be
Last minute.
a last minute expenditure because the other chipper broke. So he was selling it for, he was thinking he was gonna get $75,000 for it, and we only paid 82.5. And that was basically rehabbed. Do you know?
Yeah, I have to ask Mark, I'm not sure.
That's right. I forgot to ask him if he sold it. He was putting it up on the municipal. You got that code?
It has to be on this, but.
Yeah.
Cody,
We're not gonna do public comment?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thanks, Barbara.
You did ask for public.
thank you, Barbara, be good.
Let's get that.